By the time the sun rose, Amara had already won her first battle of the day. She stood in front of the mirror, shoulders back, chin lifted, lips curved into a smile that practiced itself so often it no longer felt borrowed. Her eyes, though tired, knew their cues: brighten, engage, convince. The woman in the reflection looked capable, confident, whole. Amara pinned that version of herself in place and went to work. At the office, she moved like someone who belonged everywhere she stepped. Her heels clicked with certainty. She laughed at the right moments, spoke clearly in meetings, nodded as though the future was a map she'd already memorized. People admired her calm. They said things like, "You always seem so strong, and I wish I had your confidence." She thanked them, smiling wider, as if confidence were a gift she could wrap and hand out without losing any of her own. What no one saw was how heavy her chest felt when she sat alone at her desk, the invisible weight pressing down until breathing became something she had to remember how to do. They didn't hear the voice in her head whispering that she was a fraud, that one wrong step would expose the cracks she spent so much energy hiding. They didn't notice how she stayed late, not because she loved the work, but because going home meant sitting with her thoughts in silence. At home, the performance ended. Amara would kick off her shoes and sink onto the floor, back against the couch, staring at nothing. The quiet screamed. Confidence evaporated, leaving behind exhaustion so deep it felt ancient. She wondered how someone could be so tired without doing anything at all. She wondered how long a person could pretend before the pretending became the only thing holding them together. Some nights, she cried without tears, just a hollow ache, a sadness too worn out to express itself properly. Other nights, she scrolled through messages she never replied to, telling herself she'd answer tomorrow when she felt more like the woman everyone believed she was. One evening, as rain tapped softly against the window, Amara caught her reflection again, this time in the dark screen of her phone. For once, she didn't straighten her shoulders or lift her chin. She let herself look exactly as she felt: tired, fragile, human. And something small but important shifted. The next day, when a coworker asked, "How are you always so confident?" Amara paused. Her smile was gentler this time, less polished. "I'm still learning," she said. It wasn't a confession, it wasn't the whole truth. But it was the first honest sentence she'd spoken in a long while. That evening, she made an appointment with a therapist. Her hands shook as she typed, but she did it anyway. Confidence, she realized, wasn't always loud or shiny. Sometimes it was quiet, sometimes it looked like asking for help. Amara still practiced her smile in the mirror each morning. She still walked into rooms with her head held high. But now, beneath the performance, there was something new growing, something real. Not the absence of depression, but the courage to stop facing it alone.